What's happening, guys? Safety Liner SeeTo here. Yep. Neo, Grayson's SeeTo, public SeeTo. Don't ask me for the link, please. Shout out to Ultima 472. Right, yeah. Sorry I didn't get it in that last video where I actually sat down. I actually recorded that video a long time ago, but just got it up last week. So, along with all those other random videos that were up last week, those actually just were things that I found on my phone, and I was just like, well, I should probably upload them, considering I am having like no more space on my phone. Or that made no sense. I don't know what I'm thinking. I was running out of space on my phone, so I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and upload these videos that I never uploaded. So that's where there were a bunch of random videos, and yeah, so I actually got a few more from last year that I have to upload, but I just assumed that y'all wouldn't want a bunch of the same random RAV4 videos, so I'm going to space those out and just upload those whenever I feel like it, so probably later in the year, because I'll probably forget about it. And then I did get a couple more videos more recently in the past week. My school, my district rather, has finally gotten C2s, and they look amazing. I absolutely love them, and that's getting annoying. And my game is lagging. But I don't think he's trying to get me. Hope he's not trying to get me. I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I clearly wasn't like driving in the middle of the lane or anything. But yeah, so I couldn't, like, we've had the C2s for like, what, 2 weeks, I guess now. But I just found that out, like, I found it out because I had went to go get my trumpet, because I had to get my, trumpet, and then to walk to my truck, I have to go through the bus lot. So I'd seen the C2, and I only grab my trumpet on the weekends because I'm lazy and don't want to practice. So this Friday I went out, and surely there was the C2, and there was another one. So I was actually able to get a video because I didn't get pictures the first day. So that video will be up, and it's kind of at a really weird angle, because I didn't really want anyone to see that I was filming, so it was just kind of like down where my hands would be, and then like just kind of at a random angle. But you can see most, like, you can see the front of the C2, but you'll see that whenever it comes up. So and that'll be up probably whenever this video's up, because I'm going to try and upload this and that at the same time, so we'll just see how that works. Oh, before I forget, shout out to one of my good friends, Sam, because I know that you're watching this for no apparent reason. Yeah, so, can I use Bluebird? Okay. If you use it. So how have you guys been? I've been pretty good. I haven't actually made a video in a couple weeks. I made a video on the 3rd, but didn't get it up till like last week. Didn't get it up till last week because I was editing it, and it was just kind of like whenever I could edit it, I would. And sometimes it would like flip out and like lose footage or whatever. So I'm never gonna edit my videos again. So yeah. Except for if it's at school, because then I have to edit them because it's a grade and my computer's freezing for no apparent reason. And yeah. Oh, there it goes. So, yeah. Do I see your bus? I don't know. Do I see your bus? Yes, I do. So, band is pretty interesting right now. I got moved up a band to the highest band. So that's actually pretty good, because I was in the second highest band. We have 4 bands, and I was in the second highest one. I was like the best out of my section in that band. So now I got moved up. And here's the thing, like, I hate to brag and all, but I've probably been able to move up since maybe my sophomore year. But I just really haven't actually tried. And yeah, so I'll tell you the story from the beginning, because that's really the only logical place to start. But anyway, so we have to do auditions every semester to know what band we're going to be in, because, you know, some may be better or worse, whatever. So anyway, so I was thinking to myself, okay, I've been in the same band all 4 years, and I might as well just stay in for my last semester. I've got my friends here, you know, it's easy, like, not easy, but it's like, okay, yeah, it's pretty easy, and all that stuff. So anyway, so I go into audition to stay in the same band for the band director for that, and he looks at me and he says, "Cameron, you're a good trumpet player." And I said, "Okay, thanks." He's like, "But we need 6 trumpets in symphonic band." And I was like, "Okay, what does that mean?" And he's like, "Well, I want you to move up." And I was like, "What do you mean? I don't understand." And he's like, "Well, there's 3 trumpets there right now. 2 of them are already moving up because they had already auditioned and they were moved up there. And he was like, "But we still need someone else." And I was just, "What? Just say you want me?" He's like, "Yeah, you're really good." And I was like, "Okay." And the band director for the top band had just, he like knew who I was, but he had just kind of started like realizing that I'm like extremely good, talented, I guess. I really hate to brag, but I like be cocky, you know. But he just kind of like noticed that I'm really good. So anyway, so I got moved, like I auditioned for a different band director, because he was just like, "Okay, you come play your music and I'll put you in that band, you know, I don't really care about life or anything." But he was pretty cool, and I got moved. I didn't move at all, so I was expecting that. And then I get to over winter break, and one of my friends had texted me saying, "Hey, I got moved to my schedule got moved around because of my golf is 7th period and blah blah blah. My classes got all switched up. You should check and see if yours got switched." So I go online to see if my schedule was changed, but it wasn't. So I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess thanks, Justin. I'll just keep my eye out for it." So I would check it like once a week or whatever. Like, okay, maybe like once every other day. So I'm sitting in bed at like midnight. I'm just bored. So I was like, you know what the heck? I'll check it. So I checked it, and of course I got moved to the top band. And I'm like, oh, absolutely wonderful. This is great. So I wasn't the only one who was just randomly moved up because they wanted me up there. One of my other friends and his brother, so Sam and Steven, this was the same Sam that I mentioned for the shout out in the video. they got moved up too, because there were only 2 people, and I guess they needed 2 more. So, yep. And we're us 3 are just kind of like, okay, I mean, we're good, but we just don't really want to be here because we don't like, you know, what the heck, you know. So I mean, like, it's good to be up there, because I can say that I'm like better than everyone now, but no, I'm kidding. But I mean, it's like, it's good to be up there because we have one of the best band directors in like in the area, I guess. He's extremely good. And yeah, so we get in there and we're just like blah blah blah, and he made us do warm-ups, like just warm up and play because we hadn't played. So I was like, okay, this should be easy. So he did the normal warm-up that we were all used to, and then he's like, okay guys, now we're going to do tonguing exercises, and I'm like, oh dang it, I hate these, you know, blah blah blah. So he did, he said, we're going to do the blah 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 exercise, and I look at him and I'm just like, I just give him that look, just like what? And they just start playing it. Do I like for it? So anyway, so they start playing it, and it's like, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? So he makes us do it like 2 or 3 more times. And I'm just like, oh my, this is blowing my mind. Okay, I need to move back down, because the things we had done was you know, back in my other band, and I'm just like, what the heck? This is insane. So anyway, I was just like freaking out over that, and just whatever. But you know, but it's cool to be up there. I've got a couple friends up there, but oh well. So like I said, it is good to be up there, to get me a new level of a new challenge, I guess. But I really haven't even shown you all the bus. This is Grayson's bus. There's like 25 different versions, I think. I don't remember. But this one has the side emergency door on it, and I think they're LED lights. Yeah, LED lights. Got a strobe on the top, and that's pretty much it. But there's a ton of different versions of it. You know, some of them are handies, some of them have doors on the side, like on either side, you know, just whatever. So it's like, you know, but Grayson certainly did an awesome job on them. And they are public, like I said. They're on the official ROR forums. So anyway, let's get those off. Talking some more about band, we had Region Band this weekend, and if you're in band, you might know it as Honor Band or something like Honor Band, or some sort of special band. So we had that, where basically we got the music like a month ago, but no one, including me, looks at it. And I remember mentioning this in a ROR video last month, where I had been accepted, and I was like, man, I hate this, I don't want to go, blah blah blah. And you know, my opinion still really hasn't changed, because I just think it's kind of pointless. But anyway, so we got the music, and one of the guys, it was like a father and a son doing it, and it was kind of weird, because like the son had he said it was a mullet, but it was really a ponytail. But he was pretty cool. So anyway, so we're reading the music, and there's one thing on there that says players return to stage, and we're just kind of like, the guy right next to me, and keep in mind, we're all from different schools, so like I only had like two or three people that actually went to my school, and there were like maybe 70 people there in the band, maybe more. So I only knew a couple people, and the guy right next to me, he looks at me, and he's from a school just like right up the street from me, not too far, maybe 5-10 minutes. he's like, hey, what do you think this means? And I look at it and I read, players return to stage, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't do that. So anyway, so the band director eventually tells us, and he's like, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna memorize these first like 10 lines, and then you guys are gonna go out into the audience and you're gonna play it and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there just like, I've been in band for what, 7 years maybe, 7-8 years, and I can't say that I've ever, besides marching band, like walked around and played. So I mean, we did it at the concert, and I think it actually sounded like, I mean, I think it was supposed to be cool. I haven't actually heard the recording of it to judge whether or not it sounds like that, like what he told us it would sound like. But he said it's supposed to make a really cool effect, and yeah, I mean, it took up a day and a half, but it gave me something to do this weekend, so I mean, it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. But then again, I haven't done it since, what, 7th grade, so now I'm in 12th grade. So, yep. Let's see, what else has been happening? I can finally start counting down the days until I'm out of high school, which is cool. Let's see, I cleaned the garage today, and, well, me and, like, the whole family cleaned the garage, but, I kind of did a little reorganizing, and we were able to move our car in, which is, we've actually never done that in all the time we've lived here. For like the 4 years we've lived here in this house, we've never moved the car in the garage just because we've never had enough space. And we were finally able to do that, so I was pretty proud of myself. Like that was my goal for, like, every time we would clean the garage, I would try and do that. So, yep. That was pretty good. And then my brother and I went up to a gas station up the highway, and so my mom said, okay, here's what I need you guys to do. I need you to wash the car. I need you to vacuum out the car. Then I need you to air up the tires, because the tires aren't good, and, you know, whatever. So anyway, so we're like, okay. So she gives us some money. And this place has, like, everything. I mean, they're only in Texas. They're called Buc-ee's. And it's like the gas station of heaven. I mean, this place, the biggest one is the size of, like, a decent Walmart. I mean, these are huge, and they have all the homemade products and, like, everything. Like, and they're, the best thing about this, and we go to these every time, we're camping in Boy Scouts. Like, we'll stop at these and really nowhere else. The best thing about them is that they have clean restrooms, and I mean, I know everywhere advertises for that, but let's face it, no one actually has clean restrooms except for Buc-ee's, and they have really good food and stuff. So, but we went up there, and we were like, okay, let's first air up the tires. So we get over there, and it's $1.25, so, okay, you know, whatever. So we get up there, we find $1.25 in quarters, because it accepted two things. It accepted quarters and debit cards, and I didn't feel like paying for my debit card for something that's not mine. Well, I guess it's kind of mine since my name is on the insurance, but didn't feel, and, you know, my mom gave me $20 and said to use a change in the car, so there were only 5 quarters, so 5 quarters is what you need for $1.25. So we get in there, you know, we pull up, and I said, okay, Jensen, here's what we need to do. I need to find the PSI for the tires, and then you take off the caps while I'm doing that. So we do that, and I said, okay, Jensen, I'm gonna air up the tires, and you're gonna tell me the PSI on the screen to tell me when to stop, because it had like a little screen that would say if you need to get more or less. So anyway, so he starts putting them in, and he says, okay, here, it's done, it should go. But it's not going. So I'm like, Jensen, what did you do? And he's like, oh, I see what I did. I put the quarters in the credit card machine and not the quarter slot. And I'm just like, oh my god, my brother is like, what? I don't know this kid. This kid is like insanely stupid. So, yeah, my brother put quarters in a credit card machine and probably ruined it. I would not be surprised if he broke it at all. So, yep. Got to wash the car, and, well, we didn't wash it, the machine washed it. But it wouldn't accept my 20 that I had, and it was only $8, so I had to, like, I put it in, and it's like, please straighten out the edges, so I pulled out and straighten out the edges, and then it's like, I put it back in, and it's like, please straighten out the edges, and I'm just like, this isn't even bent, this is a perfectly fine bill. So then I put in my 2 5s, and then it's like, oh, this is a perfect bill, and I'm just like, I haven't, like, really, this is stupid. So we washed the car, and then we also, you get a free vacuum token. They call it a vacuum token. I think it's just stupid. But you get a free one to use on the vacuums. And our vacuum, there was a vending machine like right in the middle of in the row of vacuums. So I'm like, oh, let's get this one. So we're right in front of the vending machine. My brother's like, no, we need to get the last one because I want to have enough space. And I'm just like, you know what, Jen? To listen to you. So I pull up in the one right in front of the vending machine. So anyways, so I pull up in the one in front of the vending machine, and he's like, Cameron, is this supposed to be like this? And I'm like, what? And he's like, the vacuum was already sucking. And I was like, what? There was no timer on it.